Morning, everybody. I'm up editing video. Having a cup of coffee and watching my go-to source for education and fun, YouTube. It's great. Okay, I'm editing the video from yesterday, and I wanted to say something so that kind of brings it all together. Just when you think you're ahead, like one step up, two steps back, something breaks. And, sometimes the parts aren't that easy to get. Sometimes you have to do it yourself. Sometimes, like when I had the shop, and I say something in the video about the cost per hour. Sometimes it wasn't worth for me to fix it. I had to send it over to Nanad. Nanad, I hope you don't mind me using your name. What a great guy. He was always there when I needed him at the jewelry store. I haven't reached out to him in years because I'm in the studio. There's no now type of panic, really. When your piece of equipment goes down, like the steamer and the ultrasound, I had extra pieces of equipment. I just pulled them out. But then sometimes I'd fix them depending on how busy I was. But it got to the point at the end, it was just take the old piece of equipment down, call Nanad, fix it. But I make some valid points here. Trust your nose. If you smell electrical, it is electrical. It has a very distinct smell. You know it when an electrical socket or a fuse is burnt out. Don't ignore it. And so you see other things. And then, like the gauge, I out of the blue, the gauge, you look at your gauges. At the end of the video, there's going to be some talk about gauges and a leak. And have soapy water, have dish soap, have a brush. It's specifically designed for your, not designed, but specifically put aside on a shelf. That you just put some water into it, go out there and soap test your line. So what? Some soapy water falls on the floor. Wipe it up. Big deal. But check. Look, be cautious of the things in your studio. Okay, you guys. And so the video carries on for a little bit. But it's important stuff. It's not always, I worked in the studio all day. No, I fixed equipment in the studio all day. Where I thought I got ahead and I'm going to get this job out to you. And bam, your mill breaks down. And I'm calling Dimitri. New Solution CNC. He doesn't mind if I use his name. He's on Instagram. He's a great guy. Great guy. Great company. And you need it. And I have 2 mills now, right? But, the computer breaks. Try to get your computer fixed and then reload engineering software and reload all the software that goes with these 3D CAD programs. Okay. So anyways, that's enough for me. Good morning. Have a nice day. Get at her. And I fed the chickens, and I don't feed the goats in the morning. I didn't wander over there. Okay. Bear was in the bushes last night. You've seen some of the bear videos. Okay, also, please, you guys, subscribe to my channel. I'm putting in the effort for you guys. If you like it, press like, press subscribe, and thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, if they don't find you handsome, they've got to at least find you handy. Okay, I had to replace this little connector. The other one was just kind of burnt out. This gets hot, and things dry out and they break. So you got to find, easy for me to say. You got to have either the ability to do it yourself, or like I said earlier, when you have pieces of equipment that you really rely on. I've got an extra ultrasonic around here somewhere, and I've got an extra steamer around here somewhere, so that back in the days when I was in the jewelry store, this is a must-have 2 pieces of equipment. So if this went down, I didn't have time during the day to fix it. I just pulled another one out, replaced it, got the other one running, and then so I got the other one running, and then I would put this one away. And I had a fellow just lived down the street from the old jewelry store. Hope you don't mind me using your name, Nanad. He was a great guy. I would call him up and he'd come by in the afternoon and pick it up, and a week or 2 weeks later, yeah, sometimes it was a month, it would be done, back. And only once in the 20 years did I blow a steamer, put the spare one up there. He had the steamer, the one that was blowing, and then the newer steamer that I put out, it went too. And I was like, oh. And I called Nanad, and well, he was like, oh, I'm working on a support and a bench. I said, I don't have a steamer. Well, he took another steamer he had and brought it over. So, you know, I know there's a coil in here, and it's I shouldn't call it a coil. It's a heating rod that goes into the bottom of this steamer. Now, they have these in hot water tanks, and they have these in all sorts of things, but not this quality. So you buy these at the jewelry supply place, and at the jewelry store years ago, I would always have a spare one, and then I'd have wrenches around there, and I'd just disconnect this and pull the coil out, and the heating element out, and then you know, I'd have a Teflon tape, and I'd put it all back together, and I'd have a box of these things around. I had all the stuff to do it myself. If it was convenient for me to do it, I would do it. If not, I would call up my Nanad, and he would come. And at the end, that's what I was doing, because I couldn't spend hours fixing a machine. You know, you have to pick your, I said this earlier, you got to pick your battles when it comes to your machinery, your tools and equipment. Cost per hour for me to fix this was greater than the loss I would take for cost per hour. So sometimes you have to look at that. I mean, if you're trying to run a business, if you're looking at me and you're saying, geez, Frank, what about when a piece of equipment breaks down? You gotta think about it for a minute. Some companies, they wouldn't fix this. They'd just buy another one and piece this out for parts. But when you're a small time little shop and stuff like that, these pieces of equipment are important to you. You want to fix them. This piece of equipment, I think Nanad last time, he stripped this one completely down, new wires, everything, painted it. He pressure tested it. I think I even got a new pressure gauge on the top, and it's just a beautiful piece of equipment. So there's another couple hours, well, not couple hours in my day. It seems to be, oh yeah, it's warming up nice again now. Okay, I put my hand on it. Just put your hand on it. I can tell the element's heating up now. Yeah. Okay, so problem solved. And then, like I say, I have a spare machine if this had gone south. So pick and choose your battles. Have a nice afternoon. Look at how beautiful it is out there. Maybe we'll show you the goats. Maybe we'll show you the goats if they're right here. Hi, girls. Hello. Look at the one right in the barrel, the white one, right in the bucket. And the other one, right in the hay, right in the bucket. Where are the rest of them? Oh, they're probably around here somewhere. Okay, you guys. I'm doing a skull ring. I'm doing a hood ornament. I'm doing some pins. I'm doing some repairs, and that's life in your studio, life in your shop. Okay, and I'm having a cup of coffee. One sec. I'm taken. Okay, when it comes to electrical equipment and your studio, don't ignore your nose. Don't ignore your nose. It was about a half an hour ago when I started on this project. I come to the back here and I was like, I said, that's a burnt wire. It's a burnt wire. That's wire burning. And I just went like this, and then I went, oh, and then I put my hand on it, and it was cold. So I knew that a wire burnt out. So don't ignore your nose, okay? And I think that you could kind of just use that with everything in life, really. If you think there's a bad smell, there's a bad smell. get to it. It was real simple. Your studio, you should have some equipment. You should have some basic tools. Now, I know for some of you that this might be beyond your scope of doing things. Then unplug the machine. If you know it's not working and it's cold, don't leave it plugged in. Unplug it. Electrical problems burn a lot of places down, so you don't want that. Okay, so you guys don't ignore your nose, and now it's better. All right, you guys. Okay, fixing things. So when I shut the bottle off, you got to keep an eye on things. Like this would stay. Like, see, this valve's closed right now. So the 2 torches that are on this one are cut off. But if I open it, see how it bleeds down right away? So when you shut your bottle off, okay, you know, it doesn't maybe seem that much when it's just a quick oxygen. Propane's never, you watch it. Both of you watch. So I isolated. I knew that when I tightened this one up, it stopped going down. So I took the soapy water and tracked down repairs. Constant repairs didn't work on your equipment. This actually had a little kink in it, and it had a little hole in it. And so I've just cut it, and so I've got to replace that. Well, that's what happens. You got to constantly be on top of your equipment too, right? Things break, and then you got to figure out how to source products too. Just off topic, but on topic a little bit. I have a little 175 dirt bike. You know, it's one of those enduros, and the coil went on it. And I went over to the Honda dealer. And this is a 1970s, late 70s. It's a great little bike, great condition, but parts are hardly, you can't get them. And so what do you have to do? You gotta go online, and you gotta go to Amazon, and you gotta just pick one out that you think it's gonna be and order it. And so Friday, the coil, the 6-volt coil, because I tried Lordco and I tried Napa and I tried a few other places, and they just all looked at me like, so sometimes you got to go it on your own. Like this little cable now, I don't know. I just buy this hose over at. I mean, it's not high pressure hose or anything like that. Are you running 10 pounds in it, maybe? Right. This is just a little hose that I get over at. The Rona or something like that. The Home Depot will have it. So I'll just go buy some tomorrow and replace that one. I'll replace them both. Okay, you guys, have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Depends what time I make this video up at. Alright, you guys, you can see it's dark out there.